I don't know if you can hear me. The fuck are you wearing?
What's happening?
Look at you, sexy pants. You
Are
look
you t
great.
Thank you. Are you talking to yourself?
I mean, no, it wasn't.
I was not talking to myself. I was talking to you. Is that loud? There, that.
I started drinking a different kind of wine besides Decoy,
Oh,
switching it up.
wow.
But I already forgot the name of it. I have a picture of it in my phone. I'll look it up and let you know in a little bit. So,
I gotta get my lights on. I gotta watch. Here comes the sparkles.
okay, I'm ready.
There's the sparkles.
It's the best. Look at that
So,
background.
do you love my
Lights and
Yeah.
colors. So good.
Do you like the new tapestry that I got myself?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's
Oh,
blue.
yeah, it's bluish. Yeah, I love it. So this
The name of the wine is Olema, Olema. I like
Olima.
it.
How
Yeah,
do
I
you
don't know. I like it.
Olima? Cool.
It's got an O on it. You want to see? You
Yeah, I
can see the
do.
label.
Is it like a red? I mean, it's
You'll
like
never see. I'm the worst at this.
this
Wow,
is
that was
yeah,
terrible.
that was really not good. That was terrible.
Wow, that was like a toddler.
That So, yeah, I'm just drinking my normal Florida in a cup. That's what I'm just gonna call it. It's my new like I think I'm just gonna just label it Florida in a cup. That's it. Because it's coconut and delicious. That's all I got going on.
Let's do a
Um,
mic check
okay.
because mine is everything feels loud to me. I feel like my computer volume is loud.
You don't sound loud to me. You sound
Okay.
good. So,
Okay, good. Then I'm leaving the mic. I'm gonna turn down my own, like how you sound, so I don't raise my voice.
yeah. If
There
you
we
keep
go. That's
yeah, if
better.
you k yeah. God,
Okay.
it's like, um, so, yeah, so, like, cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.
Salud.
Salute.
It's like 90 degrees here. I'm still wearing long sleeves, but I am not wearing jeans. I'm wearing my parenting pants.
90 degrees in Michigan is, like, fucking hot.
Yeah, that's what happens.
That's, like, really hot, though. It's
We
not
have below
usually
zero and boiling all in the same
Yeah,
year.
but that feels, like, hotter than it should be in the summertime. Like, I remember it being, like, mid-80s, but I don't remember it being, like I gotta redo my hair. My braid's getting weird. I'm super hot and sweaty because it's like 100 degrees outside right now, and I took the dogs for a walk, and it's, like, at the time of year speaking of, like, weather, it's at the time of year when you, like, walk outside and you actually sweat as soon as you take 2 steps, and then, right now it's that time of year where there's gnats, so I was, like, covered in gnats. It was so gross.
You get for living in the jungle.
Stop it.
I
I
mean,
love You know what? There's something to be said about living down in Florida. I'm happy with my choice. The only reason why I'm not happy with my choice is this question was actually asked to me recently because reached out to a friend of mine in Michigan, hadn't talked to her in a while. The last time I visited with her and I had coffee with her. And it had been a while before I'd seen her before that, before I even moved from Michigan. And she said to me, she was like, "Do you miss Michigan?" And I was like, "No, I don't miss Michigan. You know what I miss? Is
me,
yes, I miss my people that are in Michigan. I miss my brother, I miss you, I miss, like, my niece,
bagels,
my 2
Greek salad.
nephews." Yeah. I miss that. I don't miss the weather. I
Yeah.
do There's something to be said about living in Florida. I would have never in a million years, I think I said this to you before, never in a million years would I have been like, "Let's move to Florida." But the man babe wanted to move to Florida. He was planning on moving to Florida before pre Joslyn, and it came to the place in our lives where I was like, "We need to switch it the fuck up. Like, we need to do something." And it was for
Cartwheel
every
style.
Yeah, real style. And so we switched it the fuck up and moved down to Florida. And I don't think I've talked about this before, but um it was a little bit of a culture shock and a community shock. And but I will tell you, I'm at a point now where I'm like, my soul is happy, like, being here. Like, and I would have never in a million years I don't know if it's the
That's
palm
awesome.
trees. Yeah, I don't know if it's the palm trees and the sunshine and just maybe that whole, like, vibe of, like, living on vacation. Like, I live where I used to vacation, kinda vibey kinda thing.
Yeah.
And, even if you're in, like, a rotten ass mood or PMSing and you walk outside and there's sunshine and palm trees, there's something about that vibe that,
Yeah.
like, we vibe here, right? So, like, there's something about that, like, you know what I'm talking about. When you get ready to go on vacation, you go on vacation, you have a different kinda, like, mindset maybe a little bit, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I don't know. I went off on a tangent there. I'll step down from my soapbox.
Oh, it's good. Move to Florida. Do
Well,
you like
but
it? Sunshine,
stop.
rainbows,
I
palm
know you
trees.
stop it. I know you miss me.
I totally miss you.
I
The
know.
house for me is the house next door to me is for sale.
I know. You keep
Should buy
saying
it.
that. I know. You keep saying that. You keep
It's on
saying it.
sale for $100,000 over asking, right? In cash. That's what everybody's paying for houses these days.
That is interesting that you bring that up because down here in Florida, it is like crazy. The real estate is super like people are paying like half a house more for like a house that is
It's
you know,
everywhere.
really.
Yeah, it's everywhere. It's crazy.
We went into like this really big grocery store that's like has like a connotation to it, but we went there just to go there because we wanted to check it out. It's been open for a couple of years. It's called See the Table. It's fantastic. And I ran into someone and they, my third fell down and he came over and helped me help him up because my hands were full. And he is like, "Oh, hi, okay, hi." And I knew he was from somewhere up north. You know what I'm saying? Like I just knew it. And so it turns out that he was from somewhere up north. And he's like, I think I'm gonna buy a house here. Like, I can't wait. Like, I think I'm gonna buy a house here. I'm like, there's nothing to buy. Like, unless you want
Yeah,
to pay like a bazillion dollars.
right.
And then we had a friend, like an acquaintance in the neighborhood, like a neighborhood acquaintance, and they cashed out their house. They got out of this neighborhood and they have nowhere to go. Like,
Yeah,
they have to be out on, like I'm gonna dramatize this, like, on next Tuesday.
yeah,
House is sold, and, like, they have, like, no place to go. Like, 0
yeah.
places to go.
This is happening all over the country.
Is it?
Yeah, it's crazy.
It is crazy, like, what do you think it's because of the last year that we've had that people are just kinda, like, switching the fuck up or what? I
I have
mean,
no idea. I mean, there was a pandemic and the
yeah.
iPhone had already been invented. So put those two things together and it's an unpredictable, you never know what might happen. Nobody knows what's going on.
You have to stay behind the curtain. Yes, you can stay you're behind the curtain. I have a child that's, joining, but he's gonna be behind the curtain. By the way, I was doing a private lesson with my voiceover coach last night, and the needle is moving. I'm finally breaking out and breaking through my radio, like, whatever was, like, been ingrained in me for 20 plus years in radio, like, "Hey, this is Jocelyn. How's it going?" Right? So, like,
That
I've now, like sorry, that was really cheesy, but I've
was
now
amazing.
been breaking through my, radio wall, and the needle is finally moving, so I'm finally seeing because there's a lot of acting, and it's not just acting, it's, like, breathing life and emotion into words, and that's harder than you think that it's harder than it should be, and it's harder than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah.
But he came in during my, during the coaching session and he lost a tooth so he was like bleeding and he's
Oh
like
my God.
bleeding and like gushing blood and he's like, "Mom, I lost my tooth." It was really funny.
You're like, use it.
Yeah, she's like, "Do you collect those?" Like, and I was like, "No, we the tooth fairy comes from
Oh my God.
gross."
It's so weird. I was thinking about this because, I'm on the tail end of tooth fairy living. I mean, just last tooth, I was like, yeah, it's been 2 weeks. The tooth fairy probably has COVID,
Oh, you
you
did
know?
not.
Yeah. I'm like,
You
if the tooth
did.
fairy, yeah, I kept forgetting. I'm like, she probably has COVID. So, you know, just she's probably quarantining or like maybe
Oh
now
my
someone she gave it to them and now they have COVID. So she has to take care of them. I mean, it's a pandemic. You never know what's going to happen.
I
So that
thought you were
bought me a
talking
lot of
about
time.
gonorrhea.
God.
Just kidding.
Gonorrhea?
I'm just
Thank
The
kidding.
tooth fairy has gonorrhea? Holy shit. That's a new one.
Well, thanks for joining, Nikki. We're glad that you're
Yeah.
here.
I'm here early if we're
Yeah.
looking at regular time.
Yeah, you are.
I'm
You're
its
3 minutes.
relative.
You're 3 minutes. You're 3 minutes early. Here's something I want to share with you guys. Here's a little kid chaos. Um, so it's the end of the school year, right? Summer's here. Summer is here, and my number two, basically the last week of school, they decided it would be a good idea that they have their main presentation and whatever that this paper that they were writing, like they've been working on it all year. It's due this week. And he told me about a little bit ago that he could get an extra point if he dressed up for this presentation. But he wasn't interested in doing it. So I was like, okay, whatever. 7:30 this morning, 7:35 this morning, he's like, "I need to dress up." And I'm like, "Dress up for what?" And he's like, "I need to dress up for the wax museum and presentation." I'm like, "Hold the front fucking door right now. Are you freaking kidding me right now? Like, we are leaving in 10 minutes. Like, you got to be at school." And turns out that like it wasn't just an extra credit. It was a wax museum. Like I think that other classes partook in this and that like he had to get dressed up. So Man Babe pulled it out at the last like freaking second, the last minute, and got him all dressed up in a suit and
What did he wear?
tie. He wore like a suit jacket and a tie. Of course, he's my ADHD kid. And how do you think that suit jacket that should be hung up came home? Came home,
Crinkled.
rolled in a ball in the backpack, and Man Babe was like not super happy. But I was like, let's pick
Be
our
happy that it came
battles.
home.
Right. That's yes. See, thank you. That's what I said. I was
And
like,
if
let's
you've got
pick our
all the
battles.
parts, all the pieces to it, then that's a bonus.
Exactly.
Fucking
Exactly.
pieces. You know how I feel about pieces.
I know.
I
Yes.
don't do pieces. Everything I have needs to be one thing. If it has to go with
Or
another
onesie.
thing, it's not going to happen. One of the things, like the shoelace issue, it's always not two things. One. You just need one of everything.
You're
Right.
too funny. I'm
Just tie
having
the shoelaces together and
I'm
get a
hav-
potato sack and move around that way.
right.
Something fun to do. Why not?
So today I ended up setting the fire alarm off while I was cooking dinner, and I was prepping earlier and trying to get the chicken ready, and I was like beating it with like that hammer thing that okay, whatever.
Cooking,
And
is that what we're calling it?
yes, I was cooking.
Fire alarm, beating it.
And I was like beating the chicken, and like pieces of like raw chicken like were like flinging. So I'm like, I should probably put some
That's
paper towel over this.
disgusting.
I know. I
Right.
found a couple.
Ugh.
The other ones were missing, and I'm like, how did the dogs not find these like missing
Are
pieces
you
of
fucking
chicken?
kidding me right now? I would
I
have
know.
moved out.
Man
I
Babe
know,
was
I'm
like,
gonna throw up.
Like I can handle dust, but raw chicken, dead carcass. No,
Well,
I'm
You're
good.
supposed to put it in between plastic.
well,
Like, how do you not YouTube this?
I put
30 seconds.
Okay, I put parchment paper on the counter and then I was like got started, beating the chicken. This sounds terrible. And then ended up was like, oh, there goes some chunks. Oh, that's not going to work out very well. So I ended up putting paper towel over it. That helped a bit, but the chicken was
Okay.
great. Everyone was happy. I didn't ruin
Blech.
dinner.
Okay, let's not talk about raw chicken.
Okay, sorry. But if
Whatever.
you
Salmonella is a great weight loss plan. I think it's underrated. I think more people should talk about what a good weight loss plan it is. If you need to maybe lose 10 pounds in 10 days, salmonella. Okay. So there's
Okay.
something to be said for that.
Well-
You could just use what is it? A diuretic or something? What is it?
no, we're
The
not
freaking
taking.
pill. The freaking
Oh my God. Remember those chips that they had to put a warning on them if you ate them because like you'd have anal leakage?
what?
No,
God.
what?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
Oh my God. It was like Olin or something. Oh my God.
What was
you
it called?
Like Olin or something. Like
Oh my
it
God.
was-
Oh yes, I totally remember. They were like
sprinkled-
potato chips. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
It was something.
But they were
put
like
on the
diet chips. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
But when
they
you
were-
ate
the
them, you like
Michigan
shit your
things, I
brains
mean-
out.
Yes, I totally get that. Like yeah. I mean, when you're talking to someone that has like
Well,
IBS,
stand
like
by. This is the gate. I have to
Oh,
let
So this
Instacart
isn't
in.
the like, I just want to make a disclosure. None of these diet plans have been approved by a medical professional.
thank you for the PSA.
Just like putting that out there as a
And we're not
disclaimer.
encouraging people to take suppositories or diuretics or
Yeah,
or
anything
develop
like
an eating
that for-
disorder
Yeah,
or
I
any
know.
of those things.
Okay, yeah. Thank you for like getting all the PSAs out of the way. So anybody else like I did set the fire alarm off. I ended up buying like on accident a yellow watermelon versus a red watermelon that didn't really go over very well with the kids because it's summertime, it's a staple. But they tried it, so that was a mom win. I was like pretty fucking happy that they like tried something new. We were talking about real estate and how like crazy it is right now and how like everybody's moving to Florida. And I think I saw something online that was like, can we just tell everybody that like you don't need to move to Florida because it's getting kind of crowded down here.
A little bit.
I mean, yeah, it's getting a little crowded, but
yeah.
so
And the prices are through the roof.
mhm.
You should
Anybody
move
else?
out, live together in a storage unit for a year.
I was just
save
going to
a
say,
bazillion
you
dollars.
need roommates. You need like 15 different families in one house. So
Yeah.
that way you can afford to live. You can afford to pay your rent,
That's
Yeah.
true.
or your
It's-
freaking mortgage. It's crazy.
there's a lot of people cashing out, and then like, where do you go? Like, you'd have to move back north if you really. But then Ginger was saying like, you might want to change your name. We're the same.
Oh, thanks.
How'd that happen?
What happened?
How did
It's
that
just
happen?
math.
Just I have zero clue. Apparently I'm spelled incorrectly, but without giving away too much stuff. But so anyways, you guys have any quick chaos? I mean, it's kind of like a short night tonight. I mean, any like crazy chaos? I mean, I think Ginger was saying that
Nope.
kids were fighting and like duking it out.
So here's I want to say something.
Okay.
You know, it's the end of the year and there's a lot going on. There's something going on, an event at our school, 5th grade celebration. It's pretty awesome. Either way, we have assigned seats this year because of COVID.
Wow.
I
That's
love
different.
it. I want them to keep this. I don't have to like rush to get a parking spot and like wonder where I'm going to sit. It's like, boom, lotto, assigned seat. Life is amazing. So I wanted to point out that there are some really good things that came out of this fucking pandemic.
I was just gonna say.
Like this, like the Domino's guy not needing to see my face when he dropped off pizza. He just called me. That was the spam person that called me. I'm like, hi. He's like, I'm gonna leave your pizza on your chair. I'm like, sweet. Don't call me, bye.
That's awesome.
Thank you. That
That's
better stay.
That's interesting though, because you like don't like rules sometimes when someone tells you what to do. Like if they're like, you need to sit here. I was surprised. I was thinking you were gonna be like, fuck you. Don't tell me where I'm gonna sit. I'm gonna sit where the fuck I want to sit. Like I was surprised. That was
Well, I mean, I still
shocking.
would if I like didn't really like my seat or it was a problem. But like,
Right. Like if she was in the back.
right. I am
behind
in the back.
tallest, sitting behind
I
the
am in the
tallest
back. It's
person
the
there.
last row. I'm thinking I'll be able to scooch back, spread out. I might bring an umbrella because it's going to be sunny. No one will be behind me.
Is it
Right.
outdoors?
It's outdoors. Yes.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, that sounds good. Very
Yeah.
good.
That's funny.
Um,
Well, speaking of pizza guy, like,
yes.
it's good that you don't have to like open the door and like find a pen to sign, because I take my own pen to the front door to sign for my food deliveries or any delivery. If I have to sign for it, it's my pen. If I sign in at the doctor's office, it's my pen. I don't like you. I'm just weird like that. But anyway,
I do the
yeah,
same.
so they ring, and then they leave. It's like ding dong ditch, but then you open the door and there's a pizza there.
The
So,
best.
but if
Awesome.
you don't, but if you happen to be in the restroom, or if you're in the back and there's other people in the house, but they're too lazy to get the door,
Right.
when you make your way to the door, finally realizing that you've got pizza sitting there,
Yeah.
you pretty much have to fight flies, because they're like trying to get inside and all over your pizza.
Ew.
It's pretty nasty.
I
Yeah,
did.
that's gross.
Yeah, well, it's that time of year because I was just telling Ginger that I was taking a walk and like I was covered in gnats. It was disgusting, but it's still beautiful. I love it. I still love being
A
here.
wise bird once said, "Don't talk while you walk."
Yes, that might
Otherwise,
have
you're
been
going to end
you.
up with a mouthful of gnats.
I have to say,
Ew.
I'm really proud of you for walking, though. I mean, like you've really stepped up your game. I mean, that's pretty awesome. I mean, we've talked about this, like supporting each other, supporting other women, and it's like so important. She's
Right.
doing like 4 miles a day, Ginger.
Wow.
Like now, like I think that's pretty awesome.
Outside.
Outside. But I usually, I
Wow.
had to go.
No,
Yeah,
inside. She's walking,
Inside.
doing laps around the Trevi.
pretty much.
Maybe it's like a
Yeah.
hypothetical number of miles,
Doing laps in my brain.
Right. Maybe that.
my brain is doing laps. It's the ADD Gemini thing.
Yeah.
You guys are hilarious. Okay,
That's
I have
awesome.
one question I want to round tonight off with before we like move on, okay? Really quickly. If you met your 18-year-old self, you're allowed 3 words. What do you say?
Okay, you should have gave me this question before now.
No, I already know what mine is.
Okay, go.
Lock your car.
That's right. Did you find your wallet, or did you like
I
your
did, but I lost
hypothetical
it again.
wallet? Because
I lost my credit card.
she sent a picture to us with a screenshot of her purse, which is actually her cup holder in her minivan. And you've shared with this before, and you're like, it's missing. And I'm like, well, I mean, it is a cup holder, so that would make sense that shit goes missing. You might.
Well, no
Can I
one's taking it. It's me. I'm moving it around.
I'm gonna send you a fanny pack. Would you use a fanny pack?
I yelled at the people at the iPlace today because I owed them $12 from a year ago. I'm like, you can tell the people, by the way, about today when you want to charge me, don't even bother sending me a bill. I will not open that bill. Either email me with a link I can click or wait another year until I see you next time.
Another bonus of
Because fuck
COVID.
that.
Another bonus of the
Yeah,
C word.
I'm taking the upper hand now. They used to have the upper hand. Now I do because fucking I want to pay with my face. I don't know where my credit card is.
Right.
My husband had to text me a picture of my credit card today so I could pay from last year. Like, but you know what? If someone emails me, boom. Do you take Venmo? Boom. Don't make it fucking hard for me. Blah.
I still don't like Venmo. I figured out how to make it private. I did look into that. You made it very apparent that I needed to look into that from a previous podcast. I don't remember which one, but I did make it private, but I still get alerts from other people's bullshit that they pay. I don't like it. I'm not a big fan.
That's your alerts. That's how you have it set up.
Okay,
You
well
should
then
turn
I'll
that
have to
shit
look
off.
back into
What the
it.
fuck is happening?
Okay, 3 words for me. If I met my 18-year-old self and I had 3 words to say to myself, I would say, don't doubt yourself. Don't doubt yourself, because I think that that was like a big running theme in my life. And I'm all of a sudden in mid 40s and, finally breaking out of that. So, I mean, I still doubt
People
myself.
say your 40s are great because of that reason. Because basically, like, you're settled in, you mostly have your shit together. And if something goes fucked up, like, you've already dealt with shit that's way more fucked up than this. So, like, you can get through pretty much anything.
Sure.
By
That's
the time
true.
we're 40, that's kind of how it is. I think.
That's true. I think so too. Nikki, 3 words.
Jen equals sin. I don't know.
That's 3 words. How about don't be late?
No, Jen equals
About
sin
kiss
is 3
my
words.
ass. Yeah, Jen equals sin.
Yeah, that's 3 words.
All
Exactly.
right, fine. That's fine.
Or
Okay.
gin and
that
juice, whichever.
that went right over my head, per usual. But okay.
I
yeah,
like Jen. That's the message. We have a lot of PSAs here for you, ladies and gentlemen.
we do. For I
Don't
want
get
to
an
make
eating disorder, but do drink lots of gin.
for Ginger.
Go to college. Get better job. Yeah.
Really?
That's like 9.
Yeah, I know. Really think about having kids before you have those kids. But I love them and I wouldn't choose differently. Maybe. No.
I'm not going there.
Make sure you find the man babe.
I love how you're counting your number of words. Like, are we making limits now? Are we
We're
expanding the
making
limits?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Moving along. It was good to see your faces.
Yeah. Amen,
We're
sister.
keeping it short tonight. Short and tight. Tight and short.
Cheers.
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 Peace out. Till next Wednesday.
Peace.
Into the next chaos.
I gotta go unload my groceries from Instacart.
Okay. Come back though.